Andrew, a good week for the Gurkhas.
Absolutely, and for the Gurkhas of Thurrock. The fact is that I'm told by my constituents there are something like 400 families from Nepal who are Gurkha soldiers. The father was a Gurkha soldier, and they are enriching our borough. In the schools, the young men and women are great role models, very disciplined, very dedicated to their studies. Dads are now ex-soldiers, but now in business and enterprise, and very skillful working. And I think the whole community enhances and enriches our borough, and I was very pleased that we were able to get through the House of Commons with my vote and others a decision to recognise the fact that Gurkha soldiers should be able to come to the United Kingdom, seek citizenship, have residence here. It's long overdue.
Would you say there are any arguments from your party, the government, which stood up at all?
Well, not at all, and the disappointment for me is that, in a sense, the Labour government have got a good story to tell, because they began the process. Where they mishandled it and then sort of got nervous was listening to faceless civil servants and say that this is present a problem and unhelpful precedents and so on. And that kind of humbug they fell for. And frankly, some of us had to get very strong in the House of Commons, join with people of other political parties to get this through. It's a matter of right, and the tragedy is that the Labour government aren't going to get the credit to which they're entitled, because they rather bungled this thing.
See that to the viewer, the credit goes to Nick Clegg and David Cameron, who were joint alumni, and the Gurkhas, many of them from Thurrock, walked out of Parliament, celebrating. Well,
I find that disappointing and frustrating, because in a sense, without my vote and the vote of the other Labour MPs who defied the whip, there wouldn't have been a majority. And also, it has to be said that when the Conservatives were in office, they didn't allow in any Gurkha soldiers to take residence here in the United Kingdom. And that's really the point I come back to. The tragedy from my point of view is that my party did do that, but didn't go far enough. It's then sort of turned against them as a source of acute embarrassment. I think it was a mistake, of course. And now you've got the Conservatives sort of getting the benefit and credit for what was a process started by Labour government, but seen through by people like myself yesterday, who said, look, we're going to put party politics aside. We think it's a matter of right, and therefore we were prepared to join with whoever would meet us in the division lobbies to drive home this idea that the Gurkhas can reside in the United Kingdom and seek United Kingdom citizenship, which they and their forefathers have earned the right to have.